So in this video, we are going to talk about service calendars, how to set it up, how to create groups, how to add rooms and equipment, and so on. So to give you a better idea, I have created a service calendar here, and this is the service menu. So in a service menu, you can add a group of calendars and include each of the separate calendar under each group. So you can see here, you have a massage department and a skin department and a hair department. So this is a service menu and it has all the services that you offer or you want to show on your front end. So when you click on massage department, it goes to this group of calendars. And when you click on skin department, it skips to this group of calendar. And when you click on another group of calendar, it just jumps to that group of calendars. So this would give you an idea how to set up things and how you can create a service calendar. So let's go back to the back end and start creating a service menu and service calendar. So let's go back to our calendar settings. You go to your settings and find calendar. And that's where you can start setting up a service menu of groups and rooms. So by any chance, if you can't find out rooms or equipment or service menu and all that, all you have to do is go to settings, calendar settings, and go to preferences. And under preferences, you can see you have service section here, and you have to toggle these on if it's already off for you. Then only you can see these three options: service menu, rooms, and equipment. So before you start creating a service menu or a service calendar, the first thing that you need to do is to create a group, right? So when we go to the front end of the calendar, you've seen three groups: massage, skin, and hair. So that's the first thing that you need to do. You just go here, create a group, and give the group name and the description if you want, and a URL for the group. So in this case, I have created three groups, which is the skin department, hair department, and massage department. If you go to edit this, you can see the group name is massage department, and there's a short description, and then a group URL. Once you're done, click save, and then that's how you create a new group. Once you create a group, the next thing you need to do is either create a service calendar or set up rooms and equipment. So in this example, we are going to create a rooms and equipment. So what is a room and what is an equipment? So we take the example of a massage salon. So they need to have a massage room for doing massages. And for example, if they have another skin treatment as well, so they would probably do it in another room, and you can call that a skin treatment room. And they wouldn't do hair cutting in the same room, so they would have another room for hair cutting. So let's imagine a situation where they do all these services in one place, and ideally they would have like 3 different rooms for each of the activities. So in this case, we have a hair cutting room, which has a total capacity of 3. So at a time, either they have 3 rooms or a single room can accommodate like 3 people at the same time. So for example, in this case, the skin treatment room has a capacity of 2, and massage room is probably a private room, and it has a capacity of one person at a time. So that's how you create a new room and set capacity. Now we can just have a look how we can create a new room. When you click here, create room, you have to give it a name and description and give it total capacity. And you can select a calendar, or you can create without selecting a calendar and select that calendar at a later stage when you create all the calendars. So all you need is the name and capacity, and you can start. Or let's go to haircutting room and let's click on edit. So you can see the name is that, and you can give a description if you want, and the capacity is 3. And I have selected all the hair cutting calendars for this room. So in this room, you can do men's haircut, women's haircut, and hair coloring. When you're done, you can click save. If you want to add more calendars, you can do so by clicking here and adding these calendars. But if you don't want that, you just remove them and click save. So that's how you set up a room for your service. Now, if you are doing a service and that requires an equipment, you can add them here under equipment. So for example, like for haircutting, you need a chair. So you can add the number of chairs here by going to create equipment and give it a name, description, total quantity. If one is out of service, you can add them here as well. And again, you can add which calendar it should connect to. So we're going to go to our haircutting chair equipment, and we can see the name is haircutting chair, and you can give a description if you want. There are actually four of them, but one of them is out of service. So you can actually use 3 of them. And the calendar that it needs to be associated with is hair coloring. You can also add another calendar if you want, and then you click save. So that's the rooms and equipment. And then the availability of a service calendar also depends on the number of rooms you have and the number of equipments you have on top of the availability of the person who is doing the service. So the system would take care of the total number and availability so that there are no double booking. So if there is a haircutting, all 3 haircuttings have been taken, then the availability will be closed unless this new room opens up, or the availability for a room opens up. Same goes with equipment. If an equipment is unavailable, the whole slot will become unavailable, even if the person has an availability, but the massage bed is taken, then there is no point in taking the availability because actual massage bed is already taken. So then on the calendar, that slot would be blocked out. Even if the person who is doing massage is available, but the equipment is not available, it will be blocked out. Same goes with the rooms as well. If the person is available and the room is not available, the availability on the calendar will be blocked out. So it helps you not to have any double booking and all that sort of issues. And that's how you set up rooms and equipments and service menu. So once you create the group and once you create the rooms and equipments, it is time for you to create a calendar, service calendar. You can see here there are a lot of calendar, and if you just want to filter them out by the type, you can select service calendar and apply. So now you can see only the service calendars. I have a few of them here, and you can see these are all grouped by skin department, hair department, and massage departments. Now, if you want to create a new calendar, all you have to do is go to create calendar and select service calendar. And then you give it name for the service that you're offering and select a staff member or select staff members. And then give a URL for the calendar and set the duration. Keep in mind, all the service calendars comes with a 15 minutes duration. That's a set duration. You cannot change it. And the maximum you can add is 360 minutes for now. Later it can change, but for now it is all 15 minutes interval and the maximum is 360 minutes. So let's keep it 30 minutes for this new service. And if you want to accept payment, you select accept payment and set the amount here. If you're charging $100 for the service, you can do so, and you can change the currency to whatever is the currency that you're charging with. And here you can add a description about the payment. So you could say that this service cost you $100 or something, and that would appear next to your payment. And then you can also add all the advanced features, which we will see by going into one of the calendars and editing it. So we are going to time charge, and then you're gonna go edit. So you can see this is where you can add a logo, and this is where the name comes, and this is the description, and this is the group that you're adding all these services into. So since this is a Thai massage, it comes under massage department, and then give it a URL, and this would be the appointment invite title. When the email goes out, they use this title. You can change it to something more meaningful, something like appointment for the name. And if you want to use with, you can use the appointment username, something like appointment username, and then it would show the person whom you have an appointment with. So it's up to you if you want to add such things. Otherwise, this is pretty much done. If you want to add more team members to this service, you can add so from here. And once it's done, click save to go to the next one, which is the availability. You can't select time availability here. Everything depends on the staff availability plus the room and equipment availability. All you can do is select the duration from here, and then you can set up a buffer time between your services. If you want a 15 minutes of break between two services, you can add a buffer time of 15 minutes. And the minimum time before anyone can book an appointment, you can set here. For example, like you don't want appointment, someone booking an appointment today, you can set it for 2 days so that they can only book an appointment after 2 days from now. In the date range, they can, if you keep it 14 days of date range, they can only book up to 14 days from now. So you can change it to weeks or months if you want. If you want like up to 4 weeks or up to 2 months. If you want to give that availability window up to 2 months, you can do so by adjusting the date range. So that's all about availability. Now we go to forms and payments. This is where you set up a form to capture the details of the person who is booking an appointment with you. So if you're using new calendar, if you're booking from the service menu, only the default form will be available. But if you're booking from a service specific calendar, you can use a different form which you specify from here. I think you can read that. You can read from this information bubble here. And all the consent checkbox and everything will appear on your service menu when you're making the booking. You can see all these details. And then you can add a Facebook pixel if you want, and it can auto confirm your appointment. Or if you don't want that, you can turn it off and confirm manually. And this is where you accept payments. We have already seen it. This is where you turn this live or test mode on. And once that's done, click save to go to notifications and additional options. This is if you want to send a notification email to the contact or to the assigned staff or any other emails, you can select these options. So if you turn this on, Google Calendar would send out the invitation and all the details. So if you have an automation doing that, you don't necessarily need this. You can turn it off. But if you want Google to take care of that stuff, you can turn this on. And this is the assign contacts to their respective service staff member each time an appointment is booked. So if you turn this on, it will assign the user or the staff member each time an appointment is booked. But if you want to skip the assigning the contact, if the contact is already assigned, contact has already an assigned user, you can skip that. So for example, like you saw in here, you can select, you can go ahead and select a staff. So if they select the staff and you tick this on, that this contact will be assigned to this staff. But if you check this skip assigning contact is already checked, what happens if they are already booked an appointment with this person and they're coming back for another appointment, this would skip and would assign to the same person. But this is not really ideal in the case like you have different services and different staffs. So for example, like if this person in hair department wouldn't know what to do in skin department. So in that case, probably this is not a good idea. You don't want to skip assigning. You do want to assign each time when someone makes a appointment. So just be mindful of these two options. If you want to use it, go ahead and use it. Otherwise, just leave it as it is. Now, if you want to allow them to book or cancel an appointment, you can toggle this on. But in my case, I don't want that to happen. So I just toggle this off. And then you go to customization. This is where you add the fit images and change the colors and include or exclude these options to make this your calendar look on brand. So you can see here that the colors are not on brand yet. So if you go here and change these colors, you can make it on brand. So that's all about the customization. And now we are coming to the rooms and equipments connected to this service calendar. So if you want to select, this is a Thai massage, so you can select the massage room as the room connected to this service calendar. And equipment, the only issue with equipment is that you can only select one, not multiple ones. But in the case of rooms, you can actually select multiple rooms. But equipment, you can only select only one as of now. So for this is a massage, so maybe add a massage bed as part of the equipment for this service, and then you click save. So that's how you create a service calendar. Now that you have multiple service calendars, you can go ahead and then group them under each group that you created earlier. So we have massage department, skin department, and hair department. So we have grouped these calendars. If you go to service calendars and apply these filters, you can see these are skin department has tattoo removal, laser facial, and acne reduction. Hair department has haircut for men, women, and hair coloring. So now you can use all these grouping for your service menu. So you go to service menu and you can click create a service menu. And this is where you give the name for the service menu. And this is where you give the description and then the consent box and additional options. When you turn this enable add guest, enable multiple service selection, and enable staff selection, it would give you those options. So in the front end, when you go back, you can see I've selected one service here and I have selected staff. If you want to change the staff, I can do that. And the staff is changed. right? And I can confirm it, but I can go back and add another service for myself. So now you can see instead of book, it says add, and I can get another probably hair coloring, and it's been added as another service. I can keep on adding services if I want to, and plus I can also add guests. So we continue and confirm. This is for myself. Then I go ahead and click and book, and I make the payment for all these services together. Or if I want to so if I go back and remove all this, and I'm going to book a hot stone massage, and it asks, is it just for me or do you want to add someone else? So I want to go with another one person. So then I select 2 people, which is you and 1 more guest, and then continue. You can serve up to 1 slots for the service. To book additional guests, can you select a different service? Okay, so since this is only 1 massage bed or 1 room is available, you can't book 2 persons at the same time. So this makes sure that there are no double booking happening. So in this case, I decide to select a different service, and then guest 1 is booked for this. Now guest 2, I can book a different service here. Click on the service. Now you can see all the massages cannot be booked for the same time because it's only 1 room available, and that's been taken. Now the second person probably can get a haircut, and the guest 1 gets a massage, guest 2 gets a haircut, and confirm. Now you can go ahead and select the staff, and once that's done, you can click confirm. All of this is happening because of these options: enable adding guests, enable multiple service selection, and enabling staff selection. Because of these are toggled on, that's why you have the option to select multiple services and select a staff and add different services to the 1 booking. And then you go ahead and click on the time that you want, and then you continue, and then fill out your details. And this is where you make the payment. You make the payment and then book your appointment. Now, we are on the service menu now. So this is the first part of the service menu. The second part of the menu is to select the services that you want to include on the front end. So if you go back, you can see it's got all the services included. All the departments are there, and all the services are included in this calendar. So if you don't want a certain service to show up, you can select all, and then you go here. You don't want to show hot stone massage, then you can uncheck it. And if you don't want to show any hair department offers, you can uncheck the whole menu itself, or the whole group calendar itself. Then it would show only the massage and skin treatments. And once you click save, it will be reflected on the front end. Now, if you want to move around this order in which it shows the service menu, so you can arrange your services like so. You can move it up and down. Since now we are not showing the hair department, it is not showing there. If you select that, and if you go back here, you can see you can move hair department maybe at top, massage second, and skin third, and you click save, and then it would appear on the calendar. So you can see using the main service menu, which we are showing on the front end, when you go to edit, you can see the name main service menu is actually showing on top of the page, main service menu, and massage, skin, hair. That's the order we have in here, massage, skin, and hair, which you can change if you want to, and select all the services I've selected. So that's why it's showing all the services. If you don't want it, just uncheck it and click save. So that's how you create a service menu. And now, once you have the service menu, you can go ahead and click on these three dots and then get this embed code. Once you get the embed code, you go to your page builder and then copy that embed code here using a code element. So if you go to custom JavaScript and open editor and then you copy and paste that code in there, it will appear on the front as a calendar, group calendar page. You can see here all those services are available. Just get the link for the service menu and then show as it is. So this is the link to the service menu and it is showing on its own standalone page. So that's how you create a service calendar, group them into the groups that you want, and then use those groups under service menu. And then you can also create rooms and equipment for each of the services that you provide. And the thing that you need to remember is that the availability depends on the availability of rooms, equipment, and the staff availability, which you can set by going into my staff and selecting the staff. And then you can see the user availability. You can set the availability from here so that it will all work together and wouldn't cause any double booking for your service. So that's all about service calendars and how you can set up service calendar and how you can set up service menu so that you have one place to show all your services and people can book different services at the same time. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.